Join Niniola Williams, Managing Director of Dr. Ameyo, Stella, Adadevoh, DRASA Health Trust on Inspiration 92.3 FM, Lagos, every Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. for the DRASA Half Hour. She'll be teaching practical tips on how to stay healthy and prevent infections in our homes and communities.
Lagos, it is still your number one fan radio, Inspiration 92.3 FM. Good morning once again. Big shout out to everyone listening to us across Nigeria and beyond. It is that time of the week again where you get to listen to another episode of the DRASA Half Hour. Now, DRASA Half Hour is a public health awareness program that has been featured on Inspiration 92.3 FM, Lagos, every Wednesday from 11:30 to 12 p.m. And now, if you're tuning in for the first time, I am happy to inform you that you have an opportunity to learn something new about your health today and also win fantastic prizes during the quiz session. By the way, if you have won and you've not sent your details, I'm judging you in 3D. But we move on. Once again, DRASA stands for Dr. Ameyo Stella Adadevoh, the courageous doctor who identified the first Ebola patient in Nigeria in 2014, but later died after contracting the infection from the patient. Her actions saved the lives of millions of Nigerians. Now, DRASA Health Trust is a non-profit public health organization established in 2015 to continue her legacy of protecting the health of Nigerians. Now, DRASA is constantly working to develop health champions like you and I who can identify and prevent infectious diseases and also influence those around them to do the same and stay healthy. Now, in the studio with us today are two members of the DRASA team, and like I said earlier, they have come with prizes, so stay tuned for a chance to win. Our first family member is Niniola Williams, who is the Managing Director of DRASA Health Trust. She is a public health professional with over 10 years of experience in leading health projects, initiatives and teams to improve the health of individuals, communities and nations. Our second guest in the studio is Nurse Christine Akoa, a program associate at DRASA Health Trust. She is a certified nurse and midwife with 3 years experience in clinical nursing, school health and management of illness and diseases, with focus in ensuring wellness in both rural and urban communities. Lagos, join me as I welcome Niniola Williams and Nurse Christine Akoa.
Thank you.
All right, we're glad to have you both with us today. So let me start with you, Niniola. Tell us about the simple things we can do to prevent the spread of germs and also protect us from falling sick.
Thank you. It's good to be back here today. So last week we spoke about what we should and shouldn't do when we're now sick, right? So the question is, how do we even prevent ourselves from being sick? What are the practical things we can do every single day to stay well? One of them is what we call keeping our personal hygiene. And what is hygiene, right? We probably hear this word every day. We hear it from time to time. But what does it really mean when we say personal hygiene? Personal hygiene really means keeping our bodies, parts of our bodies, our hands, our hair, our teeth, our feet, our fingernails, our clothes, keeping everything clean. So there are a couple of things we're going to say. We have our bath daily. At least I hope. How many of us are bathing daily? We should be. Sometimes twice a day, depending on the need, right? We want to make sure that not only is it for, odors, making sure we don't have body odor and all that, it's also to make sure that we're keeping our bodies free from germs. We need to wash our hair regularly. Ladies, even, those of us that do extensions and all of that, we need to be keeping them clean, please. Let's make sure it's nice and clean. Some of us may know people whose mouth is always smelling, right? It's not an insult. Maybe the person doesn't know that, in fact, it's a germ that's causing that your mouth to smell. And all you need to do is brush your teeth. At least 2 times daily with the toothpaste that contains what they call fluoride. Not just any toothpaste, so let's say have fluoride inside. It will make your teeth nice and strong. And it's important to brush our teeth because the mouth can contain germs. By the time we eat, little pieces of food remain under our mouth, under our tongues, on the surface of our gums, in between our teeth. So brushing your teeth will get rid of all of those things. Another very important thing is the hair on our bodies. If we look at, for example, the hair in and around our genital areas and under our armpits, those hairs are called pubic hairs in and around our genitals, and they can cause us to smell. They hold on to sweat. So it's always advised that we trim those hairs, shave them, reduce them to make sure that we don't have germs that we're carrying around that are making us smell. For young girls and women, we know we have our menstrual cycle. So when if you have disposable pads, for example, you want to make sure you change it regularly before it gets totally soaked. For those of us that are not using disposable pads, some people use cloth. You want to make sure you wash that cloth very well after it's been used and let it dry well too. Very important. I know we don't want to expose it and put it outside to hang because it's sensitive, right? But we need to make sure that we're doing something with it, making sure that it's drying well wherever we keep it so that germs cannot grow and live there. Another thing is, I want all of us now who are listening, just take a look at your fingers and your hands. Your fingernails, what color are they? Are they black? Are they white? We should be looking at our fingernails, please. As much as we spoke about washing hands and keeping our hands clean before, it's very important that we don't forget that fingernails are an important part of our fingers, and those nails can harbor germs. Under the nails, the germs can stay. So if you see somebody that has black fingernails, for example, there's dirt and all kinds of things under there. The germs can be there. So we need to make sure we're washing our hands and making sure those fingernails and toenails are neatly trimmed and clean. So most of us are thinking, these are normal things now. It sounds common, it sounds simple, but let's tell you a story about Bode. Bode likes to keep long nails because he thinks it's fashionable. He thinks it makes him look cool. So one day he was on the road and he needed to use the public toilets in Ojota. So he had washed his hands, but unfortunately he didn't wash them very well. So some germs from his feces got stuck under his long fingernails when he was cleaning his buttocks, right? He didn't wash well. So he now goes later. He's going to eat eba and ogbono for lunch. And he uses that same hand to eat. Bode has done it. He has done it. So now Bode has eaten those germs alongside his eba. And he can get sick because those germs will enter his body and start to multiply and make him sick. So again, long, dirty nails, please. We don't want them. Keep them, even if you want to keep them a bit long, make sure they're clean, please. They should not be black. They should not be dirty. Another easy way we can protect ourselves is hand washing. We've spoken about it before here, of course. The hands are a weapon as far as we're concerned. We use them to do everything, and at the same time, they can be very dangerous. We need our hands, but we need to keep them safe. So we can use sanitizer, we can use hand washing with soap and water, but there are some specific steps that we need to do, and those steps are 5. The first step, you wet your hand, put water. The second step, apply your soap. The third step is now when you rub and scrub and wash those hands. But there are 6 places on the hands that you must rub and scrub, and you must spend at least 20 seconds. So how do we know it's 20 seconds? We can sing a song, either Happy Birthday or any of your favorite songs. That's chorus that you really love. You can just sing it to yourself while you're washing your hands, while you're scrubbing those 6 areas to make sure you spend the minimum of 20 seconds. And those 6 areas that you need to wash are your palms. So you can rub palm to palm, the back of your 2 hands, the in-between parts of your fingers, your knuckles, your thumbs, and your fingertips. I'll say it again. Your palms, the back of your 2 hands, in between your fingers, your knuckles, your thumbs, and your fingertips. And please, fingertips includes fingernails. So then after we've washed, the next step, the 4th step, is to rinse. And after we rinse our hands, get rid of the soap, we dry them. You can dry with a clean towel or tissue, or you can just wave them in the air. Let the air dry them. Please do not rub your clean hands on your clothes. You know your clothes can be dirty. Then you now come and start all over again. You've removed the germs. You want to go and add them again at the end by rubbing on your clothes. So that's how you wash your hands. And it's the same 6-step process you use for sanitizer. Those 6 places I named that you rub on your hand are the same 6 places you rub when you put sanitizer in your hand if you don't have access to clean water and soap. So now we know how to wash our hands, but then when do we wash? We know how. When do we do it? One is, please, immediately after you use the toilet. Don't be like Bode, please wash your hands after you use the toilet. It's very important. And before you eat your food. If you don't remember any other thing, those 2. Before you do what? Eat your food. And after you do what? Use the toilet. Please wash your hands. There are other times, of course. For example, if you have a small child, you want to change their diapers or their nappies, you want to make sure you wash your hands after. Before you cook for somebody, you want to wash your hands. You don't want to make somebody now come and be sick. If you touch anything like blood or a wound of somebody else, maybe you come in contact with their sweat, their mucus. Body fluids contain germs. So any body fluid you touch, please, we need to make sure that we are washing our hands after. These things carry diseases like HIV and AIDS, typhoid, COVID, hepatitis, all kinds of viruses and bacteria can be carried in our body fluids. A few other times after we touch maybe pets and animals around, because they too, they have their own wahala. They have their own types of germs that we're not even familiar for the human body, so we don't want them, please. After we touch dirty things like maybe the dustbin, or you've just finished mopping and cleaning, you want to wash your hands, right? And then also when you want to blow your nose or cough or sneeze, if you use your hand to cover your nose and cover your mouth, it's important you wash those hands after.
Wow.
It's a lot. I know.
Niniola came here to drag all of us by our wigs. But it's fine. So thank you, Niniola, for those interesting tips on hand washing. Now, I don't want to say that I don't wash my hands very well, but I know someone is out there taking notes because these germs are everywhere, but we cannot see them. So if you're in Lagos or anywhere you're listening from, our guests from Dr. Ameyo, Stella, Adadevoh, DRASA Health Trust, Niniola Williams and Nurse Christine are here to educate us, and on top of that, still give away prizes. So they are coming to teach you and not giving you prize for the teaching.
Yes,
my God. For those who listen very well, you know how it happens here. All you have to do is you need to listen to win the prizes. So stick around for a quiz section. Now, if you have any question regarding this topic or anything you've heard today, please send your questions via WhatsApp to 0817 313 6193. That is 0817 313 6193. We will be taking all your questions shortly. Now, like I said earlier, there are prizes for our listeners, so stay tuned for a chance to win by calling to answer questions on today's topic during the quiz section coming up soon. All right, let's hear from you, Nurse Christine. What other things can we do to prevent germs from spreading in our homes and community?
All right, thank you. Good morning, listeners. I hope we've all been taking notes about how to practice good personal hygiene, like bathing at least twice daily, washing our hands, washing our hair with shampoo, and brushing our teeth. But what about the food we eat? I'm sure we all know how important food is to our survival as human beings, right? So let me just give us a short story. In February this year, a pastor from Mozambique died while attempting to fast for 40 days like Jesus did in the Bible.
Wow.
You know, the report had it that he only lasted 25 days without food, and he had lost so much weight and strength that he could not even stand on his own. And finally, eventually he died, even when the doctors tried to revive him. So there are many similar stories like that, but it's also a known fact that medically, we can't go without 3 days, at least 72 hours without water. Anything above that will definitely lose weight and eventually probably die as well, like the pastor from Mozambique. But aside that, it's just very clear that food and water is very important to us, and that's the reason why we're going to be talking about practicing good safety food measures. The reason why we're talking about it is because we need to learn how to preserve our foods, because whatever we eat or whatever gets into our body, if it's not safe, it can actually make us get sick. So to ensure our foods are safe, what should we do? The first thing is that we remember to always wash our hands, just as Mrs. Neela has said. We wash our hands before and after cooking in the kitchen or before our food, because most of us, when we go to work and then we come back, the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, I'm hungry. We just run to the kitchen, get our plates, get our spoons, and we forget actually that we have some, what we used to call them, rodents that run inside our kitchen.
Our housemates.
That's it. So
those rats
they
and
come and greet you.
you know, if we leave our plates and everything uncovered, they just run everywhere and they perch on those utensils, and whatever they get from the dustbin or the soccerways gets into our plate. So if we fail to wash them before we use, what happens? We get sick. So that's why we always have to remember to wash our hands before and after cooking in the kitchen. We rinse our fruits, our vegetables, fish, and meat properly under running water before eating and cooking them, because like I said, whatever we eat or whatever gets into our body, if it's not safe, it will make us sick. The third thing we want to do is to ensure we store our foodstuffs, like our gari, our beans, our rice, and so many other foodstuffs like that. Store them in containers with covers so that rats and all those cockroaches running our kitchen will not enter and contaminate them for us. The fourth thing we do is that we cover our pots of cooked food properly, or we store them in the fridge to prevent insects and animals that carry germs from entering our food. We also need to wash our kitchen utensils, like I said, our spoons, plates, our knives and every of those things, we must wash them with clean water and a liquid soap if we want to be very clean. Then we also cook. It's also good to cook our raw foods like our meat and chicken. You know, many of us that go to markets, you see flies all over them, right? And they breed germs. So we need to wash them very well. The last thing we do is that we ensure, for those of us that like our processed food, our sardine, our beverages and butter, most of us like those things. We also need to try to read the labels of these foods. Ensure to check the body of the food items for their manufacturing and the expiry date. One day I bought noodle, it was expired. Exactly. So if I was not careful for myself and careful about my health, I would have eaten and gotten sick. So we need to check the food labels so we ensure we don't eat something that will eventually make us sick.
I wonder how many of us actually check. That last one is very important. How many of us actually check the label? We just sit on the shelf and go and buy. Imagine paying full price for something that is expired.
It's a problem.
Thank you, Nurse Christine, for educating us on how to keep our food safe. All right, listeners, keep sending in your questions to our WhatsApp number 0817 313 6193. That is 0817 313 6193. So our guests are ready to answer your questions shortly. And please stay glued to your radio set because the quiz session is about to begin and you stand a chance to win by calling to answer questions on today's topic. The number to call is 0700 923 923 923. The number to call again is 0700 923 923 923. All right, back to you, Niniola. What more would you like to share with us before we go into the quiz?
Yeah, so we've spoken about, keeping our bodies safe, keeping safe the foods that we put into our bodies, the water and all of that. But now we want to talk about the environment because that one is a bit outside of our control, but it's also very, very important. And it's a good way for us to make sure germs don't spread and make us sick. So what is environmental sanitation? What does it mean? It means that, most of us in Lagos, we know that they used to do environmental. They'll tell us don't go out, right? You can't go out when they're doing environmental. But really what that just means is that it's a time for us to come out and not just clean our homes, but the surroundings. Gutter, cut grass, clean up, get rid of waste, make sure that the environment is safe enough for us to be healthy and fine. So some of the things we can do in a practical sense, sweeping. Most of us, we sweep daily, right? Especially this season now, there's dust, though we're going into rainy season. So it's important that we use chemicals like maybe bleach, Dettol, things like that. Mop, clean around, clean the surfaces, the things that you touch often in your home, in your environment. Make sure that you clean them very well. We can also make sure that we dispose our waste properly. Keep your waste bin outside your home. You don't want to attract all those nice rats that want to come and be looking for what they can take from you, right? So make sure that you empty your dustbin frequently. Keep it where the waste management people, like here in Lagos, Loma, they come and take them away. Yes. Don't dump your waste on the streets, please. It makes the place untidy and dirty and unsafe for everybody. So it's very important. Another thing is for those of us that's, well, it's mostly men, but I know women too. When you want to urinate, it's possible. Yes, sorry. I had to say it. It is. Don't be angry. Don't be angry. But really, when we urinate in public like that, please, it's not good. We just urinate anyhow all over the place. People will now be stepping in and stepping on it. You're pressed.
Not pressed.
I know. It's not easy. I know. And especially when it's feces, please. I've seen it happen where somebody will now come and track feces into their home unknowingly on their shoes. So please, and their slippers, please make sure that you don't just do it anyhow in the environment. And then we also have mosquito nets. I don't know how many of us are still using them, but it's also important. Malaria is real. Many of us have it from time to time, and it's not fun. It's not nice. So please don't forget, mosquito nets are there. Insecticides and sprays are also there. They're available for us to use. So there are many things we can do at home, and let's leave it there and let's go for the quiz.
All right, before we go on the quiz, we'll just take a short message from DRASA and we will be back. All right, the number to call to be a part of the quiz is 0700 923 923 923. That is 0700 923 923 923. We will be back. Stay tuned.
Join Niniola Williams, Managing Director of Dr. Ameyo, Stella, Adadevoh, DRASA Health Trust on Inspiration 92.3 FM, Lagos, every Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. for the DRASA Half Hour. She'll be teaching practical tips on how to stay healthy and prevent infections in our homes and communities.
right, it is to your number one family radio, Inspiration 92.3 FM, and this is still the DRASA Half Hour. Welcome. If you're just joining us. Now we're going into the quiz portion of the show. We have been talking about how to keep our food safe, things that we can do to prevent ourselves from getting sick. All right, so if you've been listening, it's time for you to call us and win yourself a prize. All right, the number to call is 0700 923 923 923. That is 0700 923 923 923. All right, we're looking for winners. We're looking for three winners. And all you have to do is call us up on 0700 923 923 923. We're looking for three winners. You will pick between number 1 and 7 to answer just one question. But please note that if we ask a question and the caller gets it wrong, the next caller will have to pick another number to answer another question. No questions will be repeated. Caution. I will stop the quiz once we have our three winners. So get on your phones 0700 923 923 923. Call us up, pick a number, they ask you a question, you answer the question correctly, and you win yourself a prize. Very, very, very easy. But if you have questions for our guests about anything on the topic that we have spoken about, right, you can send us a WhatsApp message on 0817 313 6193. I think we have a clue. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
IJ.
Did you say IJ?
IJ.
All right, IJ, welcome to the show. Are you ready for your question?
Yes, I want to try.
All right, pick a number from 1 to 7.
Number 7.
Ha. IJ, don't mind number 7. All right.
Okay, IJ, number 7. The question is, how many seconds does it take to wash our hands clean? How many seconds does it take to wash our hands clean?
Ooh. I do not form my hand.
Ajay, we believe in you.
Okay. I can't recall, but he said you should say happy birthday.
Yes.
Anything that comes to our mind.
Yes.
I think by the time we say happy birthday, I think like 8 seconds or so.
8 seconds.
I
don't think you're
try again. It's more. Go up.
Increase.
10 seconds.
Yay!
Increase.
10 seconds. I really
Increase. It's more than that.
Increase is more than 10.
Okay. I don't know. 12 seconds.
More than that.
What is it?
It's more than 12. Hey,
this question has gone.
It's 20 seconds. It's 20
seconds. 0700 923 923 923 is the number to call. 0700 923 923 923 is the number to call. All right. Should we take a call or we have a question?
Let's take the call, then we'll take
Let's take the call, then we'll take the question. Hello, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Elijah, calling from the Island.
Did you say Elijah?
Correct.
All right, Elijah, are you ready for your question?
Yes, please.
Pick a number from 1 to 6.
Number 6.
Okay, Elijah, well done. You've picked number 6. The question we have for you, it's a bit of a difficult one, Elijah, but we'll give you. What are the 5 steps we use to wash our hands? If you approach a sink, where do you start? Where do you end? 5 steps.
Okay, yes. Number 1, you start from your inner palms.
Okay.
Back of your palms.
Okay.
The middle of your fingers.
Very good.
Your knuckles.
And
your fingertips.
Yes.
Elijah, well done. Congratulations. Send us your name and number to our WhatsApp platform 0817 313 6193. 0817-313-6193. Send your name and number. Please do it as soon as possible. Congratulations once again, Elijah. All right, we have a question here. This one says, can we really get rid of mosquitoes completely from our environment? And that's Patrick from Ikotun, and he says, do mosquito repellents work?
Very good. Can we get rid of them completely? The answer is no. They're with us, and that's why we need to know how to reduce the way that they impact our bodies. So mosquitoes will always be there because of the nature of our climate, the environment around. We have water bodies. This is Lagos. There's many places for them to be and to live. So we can't get rid of them completely, but we can definitely prevent the way they bite us and make us sick. And so that's where the mosquito nets and the mosquito repellents come in. And yes, in fact, they work. They work well if used properly and adequately. We always advise that if you want to go out, especially in the evenings and all of that, you try and maybe wear your long sleeves, cover up, and things like that. Those are the ways to make sure that mosquitoes don't bite us and give us malaria and other viruses.
We have one winner. We're looking for two more. Hopefully we can do that in the next 2 minutes. Hello.
Okay.
Hello. Village report work. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Margaret.
Margaret. All right, Margaret. Are you ready for your question?
Yes, I am.
All right, Margaret. Pick a question between number 1 to number 5.
Okay, number 5.
Number 5. All right.
Okay, mention the 6 important areas of our hands. Mention the 6 important areas of our hands when we are washing
I
it.
think that's what Elijah has done. So
So
let's
they're
give a
like,
different question.
okay.
Another question.
Another question will be mention 3 things we can do to make sure that our food is safe. Mention 3 things we can do to make sure our food is safe. Margaret.
Okay, you store them properly.
Yes. 1.
You wash them well.
Of course. 2.
When you bring them from the market.
Yeah. And the last one.
Then you cook the raw food.
Great.
Beautiful.
Margaret for president. I love it. Margaret, please send your name and number to our WhatsApp platform 0817-313-6193. 0817-313-6193. So Elijah and Margaret, we're expecting your number and your names on our WhatsApp 0817-313-6193. We have less than 10 seconds to go.
All right. Thank you very much for today. We encourage you all to continue to learn more. Keep yourself safe. Keep your environment safe from germs and diseases so that we don't harm ourselves and our loved ones. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at DRASA Trust. DRASATRUST. Thank you.
All right, Lagos, at the top of the hour, every time for the world news, 12:15. But we know here with Sports Wakana, 12:30. We make a return on the midday rewind. Stick with us. Don't go anywhere.